Hello guys, it is the Gaming Weasel back again with another video. In today's video we're going to be talking about Limbo and Limbo Prime. Now Limbo is the master of the rift, the master of space and time and everything around him. He can defend an objective, he can control points in interception. He is a very good frame and honestly in my opinion a much better Frost. Now his abilities and his mod setup I'm gonna do in two different ways. So he has a small little bubble that's gonna control one defend point or you know, just make him safe and not mess up his team, and then a big massive one that literally if you want and if the map is right you can control 3 interception points without ease, or with ease, sorry, not without ease. So let's go into his abilities and the ones that I prefer you guys mod for. So we have his passive, age, dodge to enter or exit the rift. Entering leaves behind a small portal that lasts 5 seconds, which is really cool. Your friends can also enter that, or your squad mates. And then each enemy killed inside of this rift gives you 10 energy, and he also recharges energy slowly while he's inside of the rift. So the one that we want to focus on is going to be Stasis and Cataclysm. Now Stasis is going to freeze enemies inside of the rift, and that is very cool. And then Cataclysm is going to create a massive dome, which inside they're going to get stasis in, or I guess frozen in. So going to the mod setup, we have, for me I have 3 builds, just because there is a sortie, I guess, negative where it reduces your total energy. So having max efficiency is going to allow you to cast Cataclysm without any problems. So that's why I use this sort of build, and we're gonna focus on these two at the moment. So the small little bubbly, and there's gonna be a small little bubble where you can, I guess, not irritate your allies. So let's say this is not gonna be mostly enemy based, it's gonna be just, I guess, theory based. So if we summon a couple of allies or enemies here and we summon our bubble, as you can see, and then put stasis on here. As you can see, I almost did die, but of course I can always just regain everything back. And there you go. This is supposed to be you defending one single point. And as you can see, enemies outside of the rift cannot damage you. The enemies inside of the rift are, well, frozen, so they can't damage you. So yeah, this is basically what you're gonna do and defend a point. This is very good in sorties. This is very good in sort of any tier gameplay. I wouldn't really prefer him for high tier gameplay, but of course when you are inside of the rift you can always just, you know, stay here and not really move. So pressing the dodge button, you go into the rift, and this is what happens. Enemies will try to attack you, they will try to damage you, this will not work, they cannot stagger you, you're really immune to everything, so you can just breeze through the enemies, and there you go. That's pretty plain and simple. So we're gonna kill the enemies because, well, you do not need them, and then we're going to summon and show you how the big bubble works. I forgot to say the mods. We have prime continuity. You're gonna mod for max duration on this one, not max range, max duration. So you're gonna have prime continuity, you're gonna have constitution, you're gonna have augur message, and then narrow-minded as well. We also have redirection and vitality for extra shields and health. We have intensify for extra damage, but you're not gonna need that. I just put that because I didn't want to have an empty slot, I guess. We have corrosive projection to reduce the enemy armor, but here you can put even energy siphon if you want, but it doesn't really matter because you gain energy inside the rift anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Instead of that, maybe you can mod this and put flow on here, but you do you, honestly. And then moving on to the big bubble, we have energy siphon here. Actually, I'm going to remove that because that was a mistake on my end. So where is corrosive projection? There you go. We have for max range and, of course, max duration. So same duration as the last one, as you can see, 306, which is the highest you can go. We have stretch, we have augur message, overextended, prime continuity, constitution, streamline, vitality, and narrow-minded. So this is going to be sort of the same build, just with much more range. So I'm going to enter my rift and then summon, activate my 2, and then activate my 4. And then, as you can see, they're all frozen. And as you can see, this bubble is massive. This is a massive bubble. What you can do is, actually what you need to do is where you aim your cursor at, that's the point where the bubble is gonna summon. So if I point it there, as you can see, it's summoned there. So now you can literally see the grasp of this massive bubble. So it extends from here, let me just enter the rift so they don't damage me. So it extends from there to around here. I mean, my duration went down a little bit by 10 seconds, but as you can see, it is a massive bubble. And then all you need to do is activate your what's it called, your second ability. And my third ability, I don't really use a lot. It doesn't really matter for me. All I use Limbo for is just stopping enemies in the tracks, and that's mostly it. So yeah, there you go. That's mostly it. That's what Limbo's about: stopping people and not letting people get your objectives, or just defending stuff. That's what he is about. As I told you, he is a much better Frost. Now, you do have an augment mod called, I think, Cataclysm Continuum, whatever it's called. Every enemy killed inside of the rift with your primary, if I'm correct, will give you 1 more second on your 4th ability, Cataclysm, so that's a really good one. Honestly, I don't prefer using it. I'd just rather cast it again, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, it lasts 90 seconds, so a minute and a half is going to be enough to defend a mobile defense point, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that's Limbo, the master of time and space. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more content. I will see you guys on the next one. The Gaming Weasel over and out.